Perfect. Good peoples. So y'all, we live. Y'all know we a little bit late on the clock, but look, this ain't no job. We ain't got to clock in or clock out. We come in when we get here. So, with that being said, welcome my boy Jay coming back in the house, rocking with us, man. I know he's been doing some major things.
Oh
He got
no.
a book coming out, man. We're gonna do a whole show about some stuff on his book. I'm gonna have him lead that one. So that's coming up soon. Y'all gotta stay tuned for that. I had to make sure he was done doing what he had to do so we get free range to get into this book. This ain't can't just do this and just run off the mic. You got to come in here and explain what you wrote as an author. We don't have authors on here a lot, so you know. um, so first and foremost, before we get started, always give honor to God. Without God, he's Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior in my life. I know what it is to be outside the will of God. I do not know what it is not to have God in my life. So I don't, if you're not spiritual or and you don't know God or you believe in anything else, we love you, and I just can't relate to a whole lot of that. I can't relate to God being who He is in my life. So definitely want to start off giving Him all the glory, praise, honor. Thank God for being here. Thank God for the crew in the house tonight. Fish is here rocking with us. Jay Vince is rocking with us tonight. So we're about to go in here and get started. So I know Datrian and Damon, they got some stuff they got wrapping on. So they might hop on here later on. Just depends. But the crew's in the house. You know what we do, y'all. We just be rocking it. We get in here. We just start talking about who knows what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Who knows what we're gonna talk about today? But this crazy thing is my wife, my beautiful wife Christy. She was on here, but she always listening, tuning in. Thank her for everything that she does. She do all the backgrounds. She did all the digital work, and without her support and her love, I won't be able to do this. So she's definitely my heart. That's my oxygen right there. When a brother can't breathe, it's either two things: either I'm just in love with her, or she choking me because I done did something stupid. But uh, so them two reasons why I can't breathe right there. But I've been good though.
Or three, you might have sleep apnea. But
I ain't no sleep apnea. I'm telling you why I can't breathe. Them there's two reasons right
you
there.
Don't know. You're asleep. You don't.
I know. I ain't no deep sleeper. I know when I get choked or when I'm doing my best behavior. I know the difference, bro.
Oh,
So,
man.
my wife is amazing, love her, and so definitely shout out to her. So I'm gonna play this little video. I haven't really seen this video too much. My wife has been telling me about this video. She said, "Go ahead and kind of play it, and then we're gonna talk about it." Right? That's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on, pull this thing up. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna put you in the car. Keep on.
He's stupid.
Keep on.
Nah, I want that. Hold on.
You notice what I do.
Hold on. Hold on. Tell me if y'all can see. Why is this over here though? Hold on. Put this over here. Oh, it's not against. What is this then? Window. Okay, there it is. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna share the screen, y'all. We can watch this, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right. So let's see here. Can anybody see that? Everybody can see that?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna play this thing. So let's rock this. Hold on. Where's my playing? Hide that. Play this.
Just can't hear it.
cut the volume up, Chee. The volume low.
We can't hear it, Chee.
The volume low. Hold on.
Gonna start
do this.
Yeah, you're gonna start it over.
This over there. All right. Can y'all hear it? I'm gonna play. Can tell me the volume? Hold on, man. The volume. Wait. Can y'all hear it now? Hold on. Tell me. Is it up?
No.
Can y'all hear it?
Can't hear.
No, can't hear it.
You can't hear it.
Nope.
All right, hold on, man, because I can hear it. Hold on. I got that up. I got the audio up. Y'all can't hear it at all?
Nope.
Hold on, man. Hey, what's this right here? That's crazy, because I got the volume up on my. Hold on.
Christy say share audio with it.
Hold on, make sure my.
And she's coming to hit you right now.
Audio?
Did I share audio?
Computer audio when you shared it?
Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me stop sharing. I thought I did. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop. Let me do the audio.
Please excuse the technical difficulties right now that we have.
Technical difficulties.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this thing going right, and we're gonna.
All right, we're gonna get it right.
We're gonna get it right.
Yeah, it's worth it. So all right, so it's worth it. So just stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. All right, hold on. Share tab. Yeah, share audio, right? That's what I have on there.
Okay.
All right, pick window.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the volume is up on my thing here. All right. All right, bet. And y'all tell me if you can hear this. Sharing the window. Okay.
YouTube.
What you trying to do, baby?
Just push play.
All right, watch it. Can y'all hear it?
It's not playing.
Y'all can't hear it at all?
Is the volume all the way up?
I thought it, yeah. Hold on.
Video settings.
I can hear it, but am I the only one that can hear it? This is crazy.
We hear it like somebody. We hear it like somebody's playing on the phone, like it's playing on the phone, like off in the distance.
That's what y'all hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, let me take off my. So you like to hear the video at all? That's crazy. I downloaded on here. Hold on, man. You know what?
You could hear it on your computer, and you shared audio, so it should have been working.
Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
He did click the right thing, y'all.
See?
He did.
Hold on, man. God.
No, you should have kept it in that window so that we can hit the settings.
Okay, hold on.
Chris,
this is too crazy. All right, go to.
No, Chris, don't
file.
be defending him. Don't be defending him.
Well,
he messed up. Don't defend him, Christy. He messed up.
Hold on.
You've been still.
I'm putting the choir on.
Hey, we can come back to this question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it now. There it is. Can y'all hear it now?
But I'm guessing it's because somebody needs to hear it.
Yeah, we hear it.
Rewind it.
Y'all hear it now?
Yeah.
I'll rewind. Okay, cool. That worked. All right, y'all. I'm losing live. Okay, cool. I'm gonna rewind.
Yeah, it's the producer.
We know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
G.O.D.
Yeah.
So
Queen.
In this one part here. Then hold on. Take it out from here. All right. All right. Start the beginning then. All right, y'all. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Hold on.
And I'll be right back.
I'm sure why I'm being asked to share this story, but I'm guessing it's because somebody needs to hear it. When I was 16, I went into what I thought was going to be a normal day at biology class. And when I walked in, all the desks were arranged in a circle in the middle of the room. And the instructor, who had always been a really amazing, loving, kind instructor, was super militant, super scary, and just looked at us and said, "Sit down, shut up. You are not allowed to move, to speak at all, and anyone who does will immediately fail my class." And we were all stunned. I get like, just thinking about it, because I was a straight A student and grades were really important to me, and I was just like terrified. So we're all sitting there silently, nervous out of our minds. And in the middle of this circle that we were all sitting in, there was one desk. And on this desk was a bowl with a goldfish in it. And he looked at us and he took the goldfish and he put it on the desk and he walked out and he shut the door. And we all just looked at each other, just like, what do we do? You know, like, obviously it violated like everything inside of me to like watch this fish die. And also, I heard the instruction. If you speak, if you get up, if you move, you will automatically fail the class. And so we all sat there looking to each other to do something because we didn't want it to be us. And what was a very painful, it felt like an eternity. It was probably like 2.5 minutes later. Hannah B, got up and said, "Fuck this," and took the goldfish and put it back in the bowl. And when she did that, he came out and he looked at all of us and he said, "Look what the world has done to you. You've betrayed yourself. For what?" And I think about that lesson all the time because I learned in that moment that I am never going to be that person ever again. That when I see something that is wrong, even if it's just me, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do what's right. And I've done that over and over again in my life in very scary situations. But I'm sad for people who haven't learned that lesson because there are so many things that are wrong that if you're too scared to make a difference, you won't make right.
Damn.
Boom. That's crazy. Give me your feedback on this, y'all. Give me your feedback on this. Right? That's a powerful little message right there. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that reflective of society, though? You know what I'm saying? Let that marinate for a second, right? Right? Excuse the language, definitely. Shout outs to the TikTok. Forgot the person on there.
Hey, no need to excuse the language. It ain't none that we haven't said.
Yeah, never heard before. But straight up, what y'all think about that video? Let me get y'all first impressions. All right, Jay, Fish, you tell me. Tell me what you thinking about. It's a lot to just hit you with that video, right? Just the middle of stuff.
I'm gonna let King Fish go first.
It's a powerful thing, bro.
We're going deep. We're going deep.
Real. We go real. Let's go real.
What that person went through, what that person witnessed, is something that's been going on for a long, long time now. That person witnessed, I mean, we go deep. We can talk about certain, people of color that have been having injustice, all throughout their life. And people on the outside sitting and watching, not doing anything, not necessarily bound by law, but bound by sometimes status. They don't want to come out. They don't want to put forth any kind of effort to help in certain ways because it might damage them on the back end. So it was deep. It was deep to a sense, but it touched me in a different area that it might touch other folk.
Right. So, the goldfish was metaphorical. Let's just be real.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That the goldfish was metaphorical because it represented society. And if you want to get even deeper with that, the goldfish represented what we talk about for any injustices, right? Especially police brutality against Black and brown, right? Yeah. Injustice for poor people.
Or anybody,
or anybody, right? There's Asian hate and all that stuff. Yeah. So
but it does. And I don't want to sit on the whole police brutality thing. I mean, that's part of it. But
the social injustice. I mean,
the way that people are now today, anybody can be getting beat on, can be any kind of issue happening to them in real life, and someone, instead of going out and helping, would actually pick up a phone and start recording.
Yeah, they won't even call 911. They'll get
they won't call 911. They'll hold their phone and say somebody called 911. They don't want to miss out on the video.
Right. They don't want to stop recording.
So that's a psychological thing, man, and that's the way that a lot of people are messed up in these days. But that's my take on it.
Jay, where you at?
Going back to the psychological part, where King Fish just left off at, it's really a mind thing, really. People are up to date. Messed up.
Do you think that though? I'm gonna put devil's advocate. Do you think it's a mind thing or how you was raised? Right.
I mean, it can be a mixture of both. You can be. You probably could have been brought up in a great household, but sometimes people who brought up in a great household still have some jacked up ways, where they jacked up in the mindset.
Right.
So I say really it's more so not just how you raise, but more so how you operate, really.
Okay. All right.
So what are your thoughts then?
Oh, CheesTake. Okay.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. You know what? Right?
All pun intended. Yeah.
Might play a video again for some people who's actually joining a little late. But we just played a video, and the story is kind of amazing because, and this is the part that gets me when I watch that video. She says, back when I was in high school, right? And you just brought up stuff that happened in society today. And between her being in high school, and she looked like she's an old woman, mature woman, I should say. Maybe I would say, guess by looking at her, she might be in her 40s. Maybe even her 30s. Well, we do know she just ain't just graduated high school. So we're talking about at least 10, 15, 20 years, and the same mentality has not changed, right? Back then, it was alive. It was sitting in front of them. It was a goldfish dying. And nobody moved because they're worried about their grade, right? There's more worried about passing the class, getting a grade, than just saving the fish. And you could look at that from a couple of ways. Now, some people might look at that, well, that's just a goldfish. You know what I'm saying? You know, people go fishing all the time. So it may not faze one person. Somebody else, like she said, you might have a conviction of seeing it. But I think the most profound thing about the whole video, and what she was talking about was so crazy, is you're watching something die and it doesn't move you enough to try to save it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it didn't move you enough to say, you know what, man, let everybody, man, look, we need to all just jump in and do something, And I think that's what happened in society. That's what happens now with people, where a lot of us, man, we don't stand up and say things we need to say. We don't sit here and do things we need to do. Let's just keep it 100. And we could talk about this story, but just in general, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got, you got friends. You know, you got your home girl, and you got your homeboy, and they cheating on their girlfriend, they cheating on their husband, they cheating on their wife, and then you kind of say, well, that ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? That got nothing to do with me. And, that ain't my household. And you'll sit there and watch somebody dog somebody out and don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you think it's out of loyalty or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know somebody ain't doing right at the job. You know what I'm saying? You know somebody ain't performing the way they should perform. We cover for people. Because they're my peoples, right? And all this other stuff. We make excuses for when people do things. Right? We watch. It ain't just the fish and the injustice in the story. I think it's in totality a reflection of all of us in some way, shape, or form. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we see something that's wrong, And the question is, do you really jump in and do that? You know what I'm saying? Are you too busy because you gotta go to work? Are you too busy because that ain't got nothing to do with me? Or is it, man, you know what? It ain't my time. I've seen people do it in an accident. You know, they honking horns, people trying to pass by, and you always got to be nosy. How's that nosy? You know what I'm saying? You don't know, that might be somebody you know. It might be a relative. It could be a friend. You don't know who in that accident. You know what I'm saying? But we so in a rush to get to somewhere that probably has zero relevance in totality. Even if you used to fail that class to save that goldfish, right? That's what you're saying. I can't afford to fail this class. Right? Who's to say that you can't go back and say, you know what, teacher, look, here's the situation. You could appeal that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a fish, right? In the analogy she was talking about. But what if you can't? I guess a lot of times I see people have regrets in life, right? What if you can stop somebody from doing stuff? How many times we see stuff that we wish, man, I wish I had did this. I wish I had done that. I wish I had changed this, right? A lot of people have regrets because they didn't do something. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. No, I totally get it. I totally understand what you're saying, because it's like you said, the fish was basically a metaphor. And well, to us, to not to her, but because she was looking at the actual animal dying, the species dying, and that bothered her. But on our side, that's an everyday occurrence,
right?
Is it not? I mean,
for the most part, right?
Yeah,
we see it all the time.
If you're around people and you see a bunch of people doing stuff they ought not be doing, now is it your go and tell? No, I mean, but is it your thing to correct that person? Maybe. Not in every sense. It's not going to be like that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you got to deal with who. I mean, sometimes you know who the person that you're dealing with, and you know if that person is actually going to be open minded enough to even listen to the fact of what you're saying. Hey man,
it's
crazy. You got to line with that. You're not right with that.
Right.
I got partners. I'm gonna tell you like this here. They cheating on their wife. I ain't gonna go back and tell their wife. That's not me. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go tell him.
Right.
I'm gonna go talk to him about it. Now, whatever he does after that, I don't have anything to do with.
Right.
Me personally, because I expressed how I felt about the situation. Now, it's not on me to go and tell his wife or anything like that. It's on me to get on him. That's how I feel.
Right.
I'm just being on. That's how I feel. But I mean, I know we ain't just gonna make this about dudes cheating, because females cheat. Females cheat too. Women cheat too.
They do.
But
we said a lot of brothers out here. We quick to call out the fellas.
Yeah,
women out here do some dirt out here.
I know it's three men on here.
We got some. Yeah,
them women.
Let me cheat. I mean, the thing about it is
I think they better at it.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Watch the comments. Watch the comments go.
Women. Hey, not only do I think women are better at cheating, I think the problem is a lot of women are not accountable when they cheat.
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep it 1,000. I mean, anybody can disagree or agree, but I don't think there's a lot of accountability, because let's say a woman cheats. The first thing I've experienced a woman that cheats is they want to ask her, have you done something wrong? Right? Did you not do something you're supposed to do? Did you not treat her a certain way and you didn't do for her or take care of her or attend to her needs and her wants? Right? That's the first set of things you get a lot of times as men. I'm telling you, ain't a brother on here. You could, and any ladies listen, this is what happens. Right? So that behavior is never, there's no, I wouldn't say punishment, but there's no accountability for that, because then the next thing that happens after a lot of people get attended to your need of or lack of what caused you to cheat, you now get sympathy for that. Oh, girl, I understand. yeah, he should have been doing this. He shouldn't have been doing that. He could have been doing this.
And
you see what I'm saying? So we know in fact that's what happened.
We know for a fact that happened on both sides.
Right, but not for the. But hold on now, for the fellas.
Let's be real.
Let's keep it 1,000, Chris. For the fellas,
let's keep it 1,000 because a lot of fellas like, bro. Nah, I understand. She was bad, bro. I understand.
Here's what brothers get.
And I'm like, nah.
The first thing you get, if you sit here and you dog a female out and you cheat on a female, the first thing coming out is you're the worst thing on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? You're the first thing. Don't nobody care about your sympathy about how you feeling or how she wasn't doing this or she wasn't doing that and how she didn't attend to your needs. The minute you step out here, that's what's coming your way. But it's a double standard. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's a very double standard because that's what happens when women mess up. We get their reasoning of why they mess up, the reasoning of why she stepped out. The reasoning how.
Can we have this honest conversation? Can we have this honest conversation?
It's an honest conversation. This was real. We live.
Because I'm like this here. Before you step out, why don't you step up and say something?
Don't nobody do that. That's the problem.
That's why I said, can we have an honest conversation?
Don't nobody get that. The whole problem is if you stepping out, you ain't honest. So you ain't gonna get no honest conversation.
And notice what I said. What I said was before you step out. Why don't you step up and have a conversation?
Look, if that was the case,
what I realized though, a lot of people want the truth, but they can't handle the truth.
Of course not.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't think I heard what I said. A lot of people want the truth, but they can't handle the truth. Even when you try to be honest with them and tell them what they're doing wrong, they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because the first thing they're gonna say is that, oh, you a hater, you this, you that. I mean.
But first of all, most men have this is fact. All right. So I know I might get some flack on here, but I don't care. It's CheesTake. I'm gonna just say it anyway. The problem with that a lot of times, I'm just gonna be honest. Men, for all you ladies listening, men have been trained from society, from women, that when we mess up, we have to hear how we messed up, and we have to hear how we have to fix it, how we have to change our behavior, how we have to change what we do or how we do, the way we do things. We are trained to hear all the things we need to do, how we need to fix things. The problem is a lot of women don't get to hear that because the minute they mess up or the minute they cheat, the minute they do something, it's more about dealing with their emotions and their reasoning of why they would step out more so than the act itself. And because you don't have any accountability, because a lot of women don't have accountability in their actions, they'll do it again and they'll do it again. And they'll have a support system behind them doing it. Even though there's women who don't agree with it.
And that's what they need to hear.
That's true. They need to hear. A lot of girlfriends will tell them. A lot of girlfriends will tell them, like, girl, you wrong for that. You shouldn't do this. But you know what happens?
Jay.
That's the truth.
Jay. I'm looking up at you, bro.
It's the truth.
That's fact. It's about to be live up in this joint.
It don't matter. It's real.
Because you know what's about to happen? I'm telling you what's about to happen. Some woman on here is gonna tell her other friend, girl, listen to what these dudes is talking about. They don't know what they talking about.
Yep. And they don't
know what they talking about. So
exactly what we're talking about.
If you're on here watching and you live and you want to have a conversation with us, please feel free to jump into the comments.
You're so silly.
With all of the unaccountability that you bring. Because you ain't gonna be accountable. You ain't gonna be. You want us to be, but you ain't gonna be.
Okay, and so, if you think I'm wrong, if I'm wrong about what I said, when was the last time you truly heard a group of females really hold a friend accountable at 100%? Not just watching. When I say accountable, I ain't say, girl, you messed up. You shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have did that. and then what they do right after. But I understand, because he can't be doing this. He don't come home. He don't do this. In the minute they flip it, and somehow it comes back to how a brother not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He ain't did this. He ain't did that. He didn't provide. He put you, girl, you stuck through him. There's this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, if you can step up.
I can't speak on that.
I'm speaking on it.
You speak on it. I can't. The reason why I can't speak on it is because men do the same thing.
But we're held accountable when we do it. We are held accountable
not by each other.
Women. Yes,
not by each other. No, yes, we ain't. What I just said earlier.
We're accountable. We are held accountable by the women and by the men.
So you're saying that the women? You saying that the women they don't hold each other accountable?
They're women. I believe women do not hold each other accountable when they mess up like that.
All right. So what? Why you say?
I'm being straight up. I'm being straight up.
Thank you. Yeah.
Why do I say that? Okay.
Why do you say it?
Why you say that?
Because the reason why I said a lot of women don't hold other women accountable is because what happens is they justify a lot of the behavior with the emotional side and the reasoning behind what they're saying.
We do hold each other accountable.
Whoa, that Dave, the producer.
I'm
getting on.
You get on, but you don't hold each other accountable because what happens is you will sit here and know your girlfriend is doing something. You'll sit here and listen to it, and you'll say, "Okay, you shouldn't be doing this." But you know what you also do? You also say, "Girl, you know what? I understand. You shouldn't have been doing this. You know what? But you know what? He didn't have to treat you like that. He didn't have to talk to you this way. He didn't have to do this over here. He didn't have to do that over there. You know what? I mean, you're wrong for what you did. However, he didn't have to talk to you in that tone. He didn't have to put this way. He didn't have to put your business out here. He had to tell this one, that one. Some way, shape, or form, it has always been, and this is just fact, that the accountability, when it's supposed to stick to the issue and the individual, will somehow, when it comes to you as a male, you will be pointed back to something you did or didn't do, no matter how she mess up. That's fact. That is fact. People don't want to hear it. I'm telling you it. That's what it is. That's what men have to deal with. And I've seen women do it. I'm just being honest with you. They will sit here, tell their girlfriend, and guess what? They're going out and hanging out right after. They know she's doing certain things. They don't agree with it. That's not what I'm saying. But not agreeing and not holding somebody accountable is two different things.
Brother Jay, I feel like you agree with this, Brother Jay. I don't know.
I'm just being real. My wife posted something on here. But look, hey, this is what it's about. I'm not gonna hold my tongue. I'm just being real.
No, and hey, like I said,
tell me what. Okay, fellas. All right. I know you don't want to say that, but which part of that, if you're with your experience and you've been dating and when you've seen women and stuff, which part of that I said was inaccurate? I'll wait. Which part of that is inaccurate? For all the women listening, watch the brother's reaction. Tell me what part of that it was so inaccurate.
Sometimes it depends on who you're dating. Sometimes it does.
I mean, individually, yes. My cousin is getting over here. Crystal, I love you because my cousin's getting on me here. She's saying,
"No, it's I think,
women, but it's true."
Oh boy, yeah, because this is supposed to be about something else.
Hey, we going where we going. We having a real talk.
Yeah. We went in.
Keep it real talk. Keeping it real.
Mean, that goldfish then started some stuff.
Yeah. You know accountability, right? Because the goldfish theme that she was talking about in the little video was what? Right? People sitting around watching somebody do something, right? Excuse me, watching somebody not do something,
right? When
the goldfish is dying. But we correlated that metaphorically to a whole lot of different things, right? You watching we transition, right?
We transition.
People who know somebody who cheating, know somebody do somebody wrong and stuff like that. And then Chris, you say, okay, I'll talk to my friend over here about it. Yeah, there's females who will talk to their friend about the situation, but when it comes to the end result, accountability wise, let's just keep it 1,000. Men, we get dragged through the river. And that female will not get dragged through that.
Let me hop in.
Get in there, bro. Get in there.
Bring it.
Pick it back off on the emotional part. Yeah, females are emotional, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, if you're dating a female from a male perspective and you try to hold that person accountable for their actions, or even if they say they're going to do better or they're going to do this X, Y, and Z, and then you try to let them know how they could be a better person. What I've discovered and what I realized from the past is that certain females don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear about themselves in the situation where they
No,
messed up.
they don't want to hear about themselves because they're not used to
Being held accountable.
Yeah.
Not just
there it is.
Not
Case
just
in
being
point.
not just being held accountable, but to actually express their own faults. You know what I mean? Which is a hard thing for anyone.
Anybody want to hear about
It's a hard thing for anyone to express their own faults. I was in a situation where I had to where somebody basically read me. You know what I mean? And I had to before I react, I have to sit back and think.
Watch this.
Like,
how many
okay,
times you've had that?
Yeah.
Okay, ask me. I just like you just said. How many times how many women you've known had that happen?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them. Yeah.
No, I said how many you know. How many you know? And I'm talking about I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch this.
That they got read, but was it by me or by anybody?
Just by anybody. They have messed up, right? You watch them say something. They messed up. They got read. They act right. They get read what they're supposed to get read at, and then they're held accountable for the decision that they made. And the women come back and say, you know what, man, I really messed up, or so thanks for telling me, or just understand. This not even getting that part. Just being held accountable for what things you did, or has a conversation somehow, some way, shape, or form in the midst of you saying getting read to act right, or getting told something. The tone, what is being said, how it's being said, the way it's being said, things that could have, all these different things that led up to this person doing that they was wrong for, is not being addressed. Because now we go into the emotional part, and then they don't learn that, hey, what you're doing. So what we've done essentially for a lot of women in society, I'm just gonna keep it real, is that we have learned behavior through my emotional part of it. So by the time you get to certain emotions and you can't read certain act right, them tears are flowing out, the emotional parts are coming in. Then we start they're talking about, you know what? She got daddy issues, right? Or she got relationship stuff. She got baggage. All that come in. Men got baggage too, but we don't talk about that.
Wait a minute. Let's be 100. Let's be 100. Because you got a whole bunch of men out here with daddy issues.
Exactly, but we don't talk
about that. And they don't know how to express themselves.
But do we talk about that?
But right. So here's the difference. Grown men would talk about it.
Grown men don't talk about it, Chris.
Grown men, once again, grown men
don't have an outlet.
Grown men will talk about it.
Grown men don't talk about it.
Are we not grown?
Chris,
we doing it
right?
Right.
But Chris, what you have to understand, Chris, what we have, our friendship, the unity of the groups that we have, the fellas we hang with, is very rare in totality.
I see more now these days, and it's only because we can see it on social media. I see more now these days where men are actually coming out and being able to speak on certain things. They're actually talking about certain
things. You should have been
now,
on here, Mika. Go ahead.
Now, here's my thing. When I look back, I can go back and remember being around a bunch of grown men as a child. And these men talking about their issues, talking about problems, talking about all different things. They saying all these different things. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just not something that's broadcasted. It's not something that's broadcasted. But men have been taught. Now, here's a problem. A lot of men can't talk to women.
Oh, we know
about their issues.
Right. Because men talk to men. I mean, we have barbershop talk, right? We have barbershop talk.
Everybody that goes to a barbershop is talking.
Right. We're talking. However, we're talking about
and you know what? And let's be honest. It's always that one dude in that barbershop that holds everybody accountable for everything that they talking about.
Oh yeah, you got the old cat daddy in there that's gonna do some things.
Nah, I would love to be a fly on the wall in a beauty shop. That's what I would love to be.
I mean, they talk about. Listen, women. What I'm saying is that
let's bring.
I'm not saying women don't.
Let's bring a woman in.
We're gonna bring. Look, we're gonna have this with some women on here, y'all. We kind of went this way, but we're gonna pick this up because Mika said she want to jump on. My wife said she gonna jump on. We're gonna do a whole show on this one right here. We're gonna go back and forth.
Your wife gonna jump on you.
And she'll jump on me. That's a good thing, depending on what you're talking about. But what I'm saying is, in regards to this conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have them, come on here to defend what I've said, because I stand by that. I'm gonna stand by that because that's men's faction.
Can you go back in the comments and put what Mika said on there?
Mika said she should have been on here. I'm gonna get Mika on here. I'm gonna talk to
her.
I
want you, because she said no. I don't want to hear about myself. But you have to also be able to be. Yeah, you have to also be willing to hear about yourself. You have to be willing to hear about yourself, but you don't want to hear it. Basically, that's what she's saying.
Right.
So now, wait a minute. Who's switching up?
And everybody's switching. We got the same energy, Mika. Same energy.
Man.
Right. But here's the deal. Like, men, it's not that men don't talk to each other, right? The thing about it is, men don't get to always express. There's a difference between talking and expressing how we really feel about something. Real talk, because
they don't know how to.
We don't know how to express, but there's no every outlet. I'm gonna say something. I know women might not think it's real, but it's completely factual. There is no program that's ever been instituted to help men. Every single program that's ever been instituted has been there to help a woman, and men have been a benefactor of it. Everything from depression, suicide, you name it. All those programs were designed for women. Men get to partake in that and that seemed to be the truth. That's fact. There's no programs for men. They don't design a program for a man to be an outlet and express himself and come out. As a matter of fact, I'll do you one better.
It's called bars.
Right. Let's see how that worked out, right?
That was created for a man to go in there and drink his troubles away.
And so, but if you can't have an outlet, do you know suicide rates for men are way higher than women?
Way higher, yeah.
Right? I mean, because why? Because the expectation for a man is that even when he's going through something, he has to be strong. He can't afford to fold. He can't afford to sit down and cry and let it out and speak. But women, they have outlets for this, right? They can go talk to people. There's hotlines they can call. Now, men have that option as well now, right?
Well, we don't.
We don't utilize a lot of it because, again, who's going to not feel sorry for you, but what society has basically said is that as a man, look, you got to be tough all the way through, and you got to tough through things. So you don't get that outlet. You don't get to sit back for a day or whatever time period and say, man, you know what? Let me get a mental day to da 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 da.
You know what? You know what I saw, man? And Jay, I'm pretty sure you've seen this too. There's a dude, he was playing a video game and his girl came in there and she just cut the whole thing off.
Which one is that? The one where he started acting fool through the TV
no,
and all that?
No, he not that one, but that one too, but not this one. Yeah, but oh boy, he took his headset off. He's like, why? She's like this. She's like, this is all you do. He's like, it's all I have. I was like, dang, I felt that boy. Like, when that boy said, that's all I have.
It's an outlet.
I was like, God, dog, I felt
watch this though.
In that boy's voice, man.
Do you know how many women don't understand sometimes that an outlet for a man doesn't mean it's rejection against you?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Let's keep it real.
I'll be honest with you. My wife picked up on that a long time ago.
Because I have an outlet, right? Don't mean I'm rejecting you, and doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you about it, right? sometimes I have to, like, man, we have to process things, right? And a lot of times, sports, video games, it's a big outlet for us. It
Sports,
really
video
is.
games, some fishing, something like that. Just
Yeah.
kind
And you
of get,
got, for all
because
the
we're
women out here, got a little nugget for y'all women out here. Give your dude, your husband, boyfriend, whatever, give him that outlet, right? If he's playing a video game, right, that doesn't mean he's neglecting you or anything. He just needs to he got to decompress some things that he don't always
so.
get a chance to tell you.
Let me ask this here. So, is that just in a marriage, or is that in a dating world?
That's in any relationship.
Does a
That's in
man
any
have
relationship.
does a
That's any
man have
relationship.
that opportunity, as far if a man is dating, and if he's dating this woman, which and I'm pretty sure what he's trying to do is put his best foot forward and give her all the time, does he set himself up to not be able to have time to himself?
Well, again, it just depends on how you communicate that to your partner because a lot of guys, we just internalize things and we just go straight to the video game or we go straight to the game. We time it, I'm gonna put the game on. And if you don't communicate that to your girlfriend or
Right.
your wife, it could come
Right.
across as her thinking that, okay, you come off work, you going through things, you dealing with things. I'm here. Why don't you talk to me about it? Why don't you utilize me
Right.
as an outlet? Right.
Right.
And a lot of times we utilize video games, working out, sports, so that we got to put it together mentally, right? We got to decompress all this stuff that we're dealing with, so we
Yeah.
you can possibly come to you and it makes sense. But in the process of that, this is where a lot of relationships get that gray area. A lot of times in the process of us doing it,
Hmm.
a lot of women feel rejected, right? They feel like, why didn't you come straight to me first? You know what I'm saying?
But that has to be something that's established.
Right. That depends on your
That
relationship. But I think a lot of women in general need to, every man is different, but yeah, a lot of men are the same, right?
but the reason why I said that, I said it in the way that I said it, in saying that that man is putting his, so he's not going to show the weakness and everything like that while dating early in a relationship like that. He's not going to show that thing because he's trying to show that he's this guy.
All right,
He's
I'm
not
gonna
going
tell you,
to he's not going to
I'm gonna help
show
out.
a
Okay, I'm gonna
weakness.
show you. Watch this. This is for any female listening, right? Where if you listen to this, you're recording or you live, you listen to this, and you're in a relationship or you're looking to date somebody. We're gonna give you a little nugget here to help you out in this situation. And any guy on here could we'll do a part two. If you come, Mika, if you come on, we'll do a part two, right?
And
We almost there.
and look, and I said this too,
So,
because I do want Jay to respond to this, because he's in the area of the still in he's
right,
in the dating area. So
right. Jason's
I
there.
want
So,
him,
but I'm gonna give this, and you guys can attest if I'm right about this or not. You can comment on this. Like I said, so I'm giving all these women a nugget to know about this. Just about any man. All right, this works for just about every man. If you want to know what's going on with the dude that you're dating or you're married to or your relationship with, the number one thing that any man will ever love and appreciate about you is if you can step into his world with him. And what I mean by that is if he's playing a video game, grab a controller. And that, I'm telling you, that right there will say a whole lot more, because he can probably open up a little bit while he's playing that game. If you're watching sports, you sit down and you go get the popcorn or the pizza, order a pizza, get a popcorn, sit right there next to him. You may not even understand the game, but all of a sudden you say, hey, baby, look, I know you got a long day at work. I'm just how you unwind. Here you go. Here you go right here. Here's the pizza right here.
what?
If you want to talk about it, I'm here. I'm open. No judgment. Who playing tonight? Oh, this team playing?
So in so many small words, if you step into our world, we'll step
There it
into
is. We step into yours.
Yeah.
Real talk.
But-
that will
but
solve
I-
so many things to a lot of people.
And I'm gonna go you one better. If that boy playing too much Call of Duty, you might want to start talking to him. He got some aggression issues.
Or grab a control and both of y'all, that kill score will go all the way up. I promise.
And if she gets really, really good at that game, you might want to start talking to her because she got some aggression issues. If she playing that mug, if she playing that bad boy when you at work or you came home and she done mastered how to switch them guns out and whatnot, yeah, you might want to talk to her. Baby, how was your day? You know? Do you want to go out? Have you seen The Notebook?
Let's break it. You're right. Let's change that.
Yeah, we need to balance. We need to balance, man.
We need to balance that out. Right. That's the truth, though. But we definitely, we're not gonna stay on here much longer, y'all. We're gonna do a part 2 to this, so we don't want to stay on too long.
I want to know what Jay thinks on this, man, because
Yeah, but Jay, let's go ahead and get you, man, because you date.
You're still out here, brother.
Out here, man. Give us your feedback on this.
This is Jay Vincent, y'all. This is the author.
Yeah. Step into greatness. You know
what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He on here. He ain't got the banner up today, but it's up there. You know what I'm saying? It's behind him. Just
Vincent Ministries. Come on, Jay. Come to the forefront.
Man? So what's the question again?
The question is, as far as with men right now on a dating scene,
right? How much you on a dating scene? Right?
How much are you actually opening up to a woman?
And what are you seeing out here?
How much are you opening up to a woman to be in a place to be in a safe place,
right?
In order to share certain things going on with yourself and not feel like that can be used against you in the future.
Chris, that's a whole you go into a whole nother tangent, bro. You just
because
I'm like the next
I'm not dating no more.
I'm gonna just tell you what I experienced. How about that?
Go ahead.
All right, so I don't know who's watching, but I don't care who's watching.
Yeah, it don't matter. Say something in the comments if you want to.
So you guys know where I live at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even if you don't know where I live at. I live in the ATL. So you already know what that's about.
Yeah.
So what I've seen the good side and the bad side. I'm gonna start with the bad side first.
Okay.
So you asked, have I opened up to most of these women? I would say this. If I was on a date with someone and they wasn't talking about nothing, I get bored easily.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna open up at all. If you can't hold it,
buying time then.
Huh?
You just buying time.
Just buying time, wasting my time.
Oh,
yeah, wasting my time because I don't like my time wasted.
I got you.
And I went on 2 dates. This was back in 2015, I believe, and wasting my time with these 2 individuals. I'm doing all the talking. Person just sitting there, they ain't saying nothing. So in my mind, how I was thinking, they just out for a free meal. And
that's why
we're gonna talk about that. Listen, we're gonna talk about that on Thursday. We're gonna talk about some of these women and why is it that. And let's just be honest too. Look, let's just
Chick-fil-A, dog.
Chick-fil-A, because look, some people.
That's blessed chicken.
Look, some people. Look, depending on where you are, if we're going to a 5-star restaurant, that's gonna have to come with some. There's some benefits that got to be attached to that to some level. That ain't just no one date thing.
Let me tell you this.
You ain't going to a 5-star restaurant and you gonna text me when you get home. No. I got to walk you to the door at least.
I got something better for what you just said, a 5-star restaurant.
Maybe I'm at the dating scene. Is that how it is, Jay? Because that's just me. Like if I'm dating, you know what I'm saying, back in the day.
Did you go to a 5-star, Jay?
No, I didn't. What I did.
Well, Jay, you get a text when you get home then. If you get a 5-star.
You canceled it.
I canceled the date. And the reason I canceled the date because this person wanted to go there as soon as they open up. So that automatically told me in my mindset that you want to go there when they open up. So that way you can find some leeway later on to go out with somebody else.
Ah.
Listen, I thought Diddy. Look, I thought Puff Daddy was a bad boy. No,
Okay. Okay.
Jay, you're a bad dude, bro.
Man, look here. How you gonna get over on somebody that write books?
Man, I don't think I've ever canceled a date.
You know how much thinking you got to do to write books? This brother has, man, he broken it down. And we on here, and I was talking last time like you was gonna go on christianmingle.com, but you're not gonna go on there.
No,
you ain't doing that.
You ain't canceling a date.
All right, so
let's
speaking of these apps, Christian Mingle and all these Christian apps,
they ain't Christian.
It's the same. It's just
the people in church wasn't all Christian. We knew them. The girl was in the club at 2:00 and the choir at 7:00 in the morning. We knew that.
The choir was where you met him.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. What you mean you met him? You met him in the club at 2 a.m.
You know how many dudes that couldn't sing was in the choir?
She had to get to church. She had to get to church by 10.
You know why? Nah, I get you, Jay. I like how he think.
She had to get to church by 10 o'clock. 10 in the morning. You got to get midday service. She wake up in time for 7 a.m.
I'll say this, even with what I do ministry-wise, what I picked up is that not just me, but other people that I know who are in ministry, and they told me the same thing, that a lot of people are chasing after clout. We're gonna talk about that. Not just from a male perspective, but even on the other side as well. You may have a female pastor or minister or whatnot who may be operating in ministry, and you got some of these males who are clout chasers as well. So it's really on both sides of the fence. So I'm not just going to harp on females, but it's really both sides of the fence. And
well, that's society now. Everybody doing things for likes. Everybody doing things for attention, right?
Well, going back to what we was talking about, if you see that, do you say something?
Oh, I'm very vocal, and I guess that's why.
Clearly you vocal, bro.
Don't like me because I'm very vocal.
Clearly you vocal on here.
I have to say something because I don't like being ran over, much less I don't like running nobody over. Because if I don't say nothing, I'm gonna get ran over. Like, have I always been that way? No. But I had to learn from my experiences.
You got older. You got grown. You became a grown man. And when you became a grown man, you realized that, you know what, bro? I'm not going to take this.
I'm not playing no games. Yeah, I get it.
You get a paycheck, man.
You got
get some hair in your chest, boy.
Yeah, you have some people that learn that real early, and you got some people who have to get done wrong in order for it to actually click. And the problem is the ones that get done wrong that don't figure it out.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't grow, because it is a difference between somebody that's getting older and somebody that's mature. And the number one misconception is that people think as you get older, you should get more mature. And that's not necessarily true, right? Because you get older in age, don't mean you get older in maturity and wisdom. You should, because you have more experience. But a lot of people are immature because they lack the maturity to understand where they are in life. And because you understand that you're a grown woman or a grown man and you shouldn't be playing little games that you see all the time, the problem is you lack certain insecurities because you think you're going to be young again because you didn't realize, you've grown enough to realize that high school was a phase that you went through and college was a phase that you went through, or life at the time in your 20s was a phase you went through. You are no longer 20. Some of you may be in your late 30s. You've grown now. You should know better now. And it's okay in life to understand that, you know what? I'm not here. You know what? And it's immaturity. There's some guys who want to wear what they want to wear when they was younger. You ain't there no more. There's some females. I will tell some of the ladies on here, let me just be real with you. Okay? It's great to try to fit in that dress you had from high school. But here's the reality. A woman's body changes as she get older. So guess what? She may not fit that dress that she's supposed to fit in high school or in college. That don't mean there's something wrong with you. It's because you've grown and you deal with some stuff in life and you know you can get there again. I mean, there's some things you can work through. We all got flaws. We all the stomach. Ain't nothing wrong with the stomach. You got to work on it a little bit. but you enjoy your life, be amazing, and understand that you've grown now. Anybody, you are not 18 years old, so you ain't gonna look like you 18 like that.
It's just like a man, you know what I'm saying? His head on wave up like it used to back in the day.
Your hair is gone. They ain't wave up. If your hair bald is gone.
I wasn't gonna say it because I know that, you know, I still got hair. I wasn't gonna say it. But you know,
I don't got it. Listen, it's gone.
It's gone.
What it is, and guess what? That's where we at now in life.
Like I said, everybody.
I'm not spraying nothing on my head. There's some dudes that got the weave thing in their hair and cutting their stuff. Man, you have insecure, bro. That's right.
Hey, man. Hey. Okay, that's a whole nother show.
That's next Thursday. That's Thursday. So I'm gonna get my wife on here. I'm gonna get somebody. We're gonna do part 2. We're gonna really open
let
that
me
up.
say this real quick. I want to
say
this before we get ready to wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the book earlier in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
So my last book is called Stepping Into Greatness. You can get my book off my website. Moving Past Your Pain. All right, so Moving Past Your Pain touches on different components.
Hold on, Jay. Tell us where you can get the book again. You kind of went out a minute.
You can get the book off of www.jvincent.org.
Okay, jvincent.org. Can you get it on Amazon? Can you get it on Amazon?
So the book that's about to be released, you can get it on my website because it's on pre-sale right now.
Gotcha.
jvincent.com, right?
jvincent.org.
.org. Okay, I put it in the chat.
It's www. There it is.
All right, cool. So check out the book.
So the book is basically talking about different components with how to move past your pain. The first one is depression, how to move past depression, how to keep your head up. I even talked about do not be discouraged about what may come your way or what you're going through right now. Even how to handle grief for those who have lost a loved one. Well, I realize a lot of people are going through a mental crisis or mental state. They don't know how to bounce back in life because they have taken on the grief process so long.
Right.
And they just need to know how to move past their pain, even though it's not going to happen overnight, but it's a gradual process.
Right.
I even talked about being a winner. Even talked about what you speak out of your mouth is what you're going to receive. So you have to know what you are saying is going to come to fruition. Also, I talked about a gentleman who I mentored who played football and how he had to overcome adversity throughout his senior year of high school football and how he received death threats after he didn't cause the team to lose. It was raining that night and he fumbled the ball. He was playing. Right. He was a starting quarterback. So he received death threats the next day from his peers and nothing happened. But I even talked about how myself and his family had to just continue to speak life into him and check on his mental state. Okay. And even talked about how you can be a servant, how you have to have a servant heart when you're serving, not just in ministry, but even outside of ministry as well, because we all are servants. We all serve in some kind of leadership capacity, but we have to have a heart for the people.
Right.
Talked about born to win because everybody was born and was created to win in life. God doesn't want us to be mediocre.
Not everybody win though.
But everybody really don't know what it actually takes to win in life. So I talked about different principles about that. Right. And really, the biggest thing was that I talked about was how to get help if you know that you need help. Especially if you are going through mental health. We are in the month of mental health right now.
We're gonna do some stuff on that, y'all. Mental health is real.
That's very real because as you all have seen, a lot of celebrities have taken their life, which I basically touched on about suicide thoughts.
Which tells you money can't buy everything.
If you don't get the help that you need before it is too late, like
it's a wrap. Money
it's a wrap.
can't buy everything. So that goes to show you right there. A lot of
So,
them celebrities got money and still taking their life and stuff like that.
and another thing I will say this, I talked about this earlier. This is the biggest thing when it comes down to everybody from all walks of life. If they see somebody progressing, trying to go to the next level, the people that they're connected to who may not be doing anything will eventually hate on that person's success. So I talked about haters. I talked about
That's a whole week of shows. Some haters hating. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Hey,
They're gonna hate.
and even with me being a former athlete, I talked about we all know Coach Primetime, Deion Sanders. We all know what happened after he left Jackson State.
Oh yeah.
Even when he was at Jackson State, before he went to Colorado, where he's currently at right now. I talked about how he was changing the culture for HBCUs, and how when he made that decision to go to Colorado, that's when everybody began to hate on the man from leveling up, going to the next level, to go to from a FCS to a Power 5 school, FBS, University of Colorado. So I talked about that in the book.
And there's some things about that I have an issue with. Like I love everything about Prime, what he was doing. However, the reason why a lot of people did hate on him or is because when he first got there, what he said was, his mission was to change the dynamics of the HBCU culture, right? In regards to recruiting, in regards to getting people to come through there. He got some kids come through there. The problem is that these problems can't be solved in a short period of time. And had he come in there with the mindset and had he said, you know what, I'm going to see the best that I can do, but I'm going to use this as a stepping stone to the next part of my life, but I want to have the most impact while I'm here, then that would have given a different response had he taken that job.
Can I ask this on that? If he had said it up front, do you think the recruiting would have came? Because
I think the recruiting would have came.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
Yeah, so. I think the recruiter would have came because he's saying that I'm going to change the culture. His status is going to bring athletes, and that's what happened at Jackson State. His status brought athletes.
What I'm saying is,
so they still would have came.
I don't think so. I don't think it would have came like it did. The reason why I'm saying that is because he stayed at Jackson State 3 years?
About 3 years.
3 years.
He came in the middle of a pandemic, which is cool.
And he came in the middle of a pandemic.
Right. So I'm with you on that.
No. What I'm saying is I don't think if he would have said, "Hey, I'm gonna be here for 3 years, and I'm gonna change this thing, but if something else come up, I'm out."
No, I don't think he set a time table on it, but I think the problem is how we say things. How you say things matter, not just what you say, but how you say it. Okay, so that's his problem. He said, "I'm coming in here. I'm going to change the culture of this thing. We're going to bring some people in. We're going to make this thing rock. And then, once we get this thing going, get this thing flowing, you know what I'm saying? We're going to look at stepping up to different levels, right? We're going to take this to different heights. We're going to take this different things. And it's not going to just be me, right? So I'm going to build this culture up so that somebody else can come in and make this bigger. Then it's going to be bigger than me." Had he kind of put it out there like that, then what would have happened then? It wouldn't be, because he wouldn't get the backlash what he had. What he came in and said was he was here to change the culture. He was here. He gave the impression he was going to stay until he got the HBCUs to the level or close enough to that level of a power conference, league.
I never got that from it though.
I got that from it. That's what Prime came in.
You got it. I never got that from it because I'm looking at reality.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but
Because
but what you say,
Coach Eddie Robinson was around for how long? You know what I mean?
But Eddie Robinson didn't have the impact. Prime is a Hall of Famer who had the impact culturally, and he wanted to change the culture.
Prime was born at the right time
and brought in the right culture. He changed the culture in the NFL, and he had the same thing to do it.
Social media was a big factor in all of this. This man allowed for media to follow him around. He was able to show the ins and outs. Now the thing is, he did not like the fact that he was giving more money than some of the people that actually came from the school. Right. And that was a big thing. So not only did he put a spotlight on HBCUs and the athletic and side and everything like that, man, but he put a spotlight on a lot of problems that's going on at HBCU.
Right, but listen, that's how life works, right?
Yeah. You and I think that's a big reason why a lot of people are hating.
But a lot of people hate. But here's the deal with life, right? Because I see my good friend Kiana said we put a lot of stock when people say, "Why would somebody think something like that?" This is how life works. What much is given, much is required. Right. That's what comes along with it, right? You don't get to choose that part. Prime came in with a celebrity status and a culture changer. He did it so in the NFL, and you come in with the expectation that you're going to do so, and then you confirmed it by saying that I'm going to change the culture here. Now, he didn't say, oh, I'm going to do it in this period of time. But what people are saying is you can't treat it like every other job situation where you like, okay, I found a better opportunity. I'm just going to go over here, right? That's a difference, right? If you came in, and it's like coming in with a starter company. If you come in a starter company and you say, I'm going to give this my all, I'm going to do what I got to do to make this thing coming on, because that's essentially what you're doing with an HBCU. Nobody's ever had Prime as a coach or that culture before. So you're coming in as like kind of like a startup company. And then 3 years in, you bail out and leave your partners. That's how it's going to come across. Even though you can say, you know what, I'm selling the company, I'm going to be a VP or a president or CEO of this other corporation. The fact of the matter is you came in on a starter status because of the celebrity that you are, and what you were doing is you're a culture changer. So you didn't give it enough time to cultivate it. So 3 years, people are like, okay, we with you, but you jumped to the first opportunity like, you know what, everybody else do this thing, why not me? Everybody else ain't you. Much is given, much is required. That's how life works. I don't get treated, look, we Christians, we don't get treated the same way as a pastor. We can go ahead and leave the church, and we can go ahead and do some things in the church, and you know what? We can be forgiven, we can be this, that, and the other. Pastor can't do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He can't do it the way we do it. He's held to a different standard. And guess what? Prime is held to a different standard. When you come in and you say, I'm going to be a culture changer, you got these 5-star recruits coming to the schools.
Did he do it? Did he do it?
And then the biggest thing out of all this, like, take it a little further. Once he got to Colorado, and even when he had the press conference back in December of last year, his introductory press conference, the first thing he said was that he still wanted to help the HBCUs. Like, this man is on Power 5 level now.
Right, he's Power 5 level, but he can't help HBCUs.
He could have said forget it altogether.
I know he could have said it, but watch what happens.
Even with the hate that came with it after he left.
Can't help. You can't help HBCUs if you're on a Power 5 conference, because you know what the problem is when you come to recruiting.
How can you not?
Here's how. How can he? He can't help, because when it comes to recruiting, okay, Prime is going to take away from HBCUs to bring to Colorado. That's the only thing he can do at this point. Because guess what? You think he's sending his best players down to HBCUs? He got to win games in Colorado.
Do you think that's just on him? Once again, he came at a certain time, bro. I don't think that's just on him. He brought
attention to it, but how many people go show up Jackson State next year?
You know what they keep broadcasting? I mean, true fans will.
Okay.
True fans.
Okay, let's just keep it.
Let's ask this. Let me ask you this.
Let's put a winning bet on that. I guarantee you, they won't even have half the people at Jackson State. It won't be a third without Prime in there.
But who is that on? Is that on him?
That is all the way on him.
At some point in time,
much is given, much is required.
So let me ask you this. I mean, but he worked for it, dog.
I'm not knocking he worked for it, but much is given, much is required. You step into that role, Chris.
Much is given, much is required.
That's how
much of his salary did he give back?
But guess what? You step into
so
this
too
role,
much was given, much is required.
Then don't come in and say, I'm gonna change the culture.
He came in and said, I don't need the money.
Yeah, if he came in a big coach,
he really don't
without
need
saying
the money.
that. He don't need the money, but he didn't come.
He don't need the money, but what you gonna do? When you work, you expect to get paid.
The reason why I'm telling you why people I speak for a lot of people that were upset at Prime. You know why? Prime came in and said, I'm going to change your culture. He didn't want the money for him. So that's even more reason.
I speak for a lot of people who wasn't mad at it. Because
the bottom line is
when you got a better job offer, you left.
But you didn't treat it like a job offer. That's when you came in. You didn't treat it as I'm getting a coaching position and I'm just gonna come in and coach this thing. That ain't what Prime said. Prime was a talker, and so Prime ran his mouth.
Let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this. That coach that's the head coach now. Do you think he would have got the opportunity? Would he have gotten? Would he have gotten? Would he have gotten? Would he have gotten?
Without Prime,
right then.
They would have hired a black coach. It's Jackson State. It wouldn't have mattered. Prime did not have an influence on that. That's what people are mad at.
He did.
And Prime did for 3 years, and he was. And guess what? He was bringing in.
Go ahead, Jay. You shouldn't say nothing about. You shouldn't say nothing about Prime.
As your wife just said, you can't always grow staying in the same corporation.
Absolutely, I'm not saying that.
That's just like any corporation that anybody work in. And if they have outgrown that corporation, it's time to move on. And that's
if you're an employee, here's the difference. If I'm an employee, it's just like an analogy I gave you. The church member, do not have the same weight as a pastor. The head coach that one that's a celebrity, one that's came in as Prime with his status, that said he was going to change the culture. The one who got 5-star recruits coming through there. You don't get to be held to the same standard as some regular coach who coming in. You was filling up stadiums, bro, that you said you was going to do. And you did not come in. So you can't leave the same way that you didn't come in on.
He did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
He did not finish. You can't come in and start a job and then finish it.
Wait a minute, Chee. So when was he going to be finished? When was he going to be finished?
When he changed the whole culture.
So you won't. So I'm gonna ask you this here, because a lot of this is what a lot of people say. Man, look at the kids he left behind. Them kids he got to go to school. Got them to come over there to the school. So when was he gonna stop recruiting? So that he wouldn't feel bad when he left.
Let me tell you what it is. What Prime should have done. Here's how you do it. This happens all the time.
I want to hear this one.
You create an atmosphere. You create a system in place.
Okay,
that funnels through 5-star recruits feel like I'm coming here. So here's what Prime should have did. Let me give you a good example. If y'all want to bring it this way. Let's say Prime leaving, right? Yeah. You want to bring another coach to come in. How you do that is you bring in another celebrity coach that's coaching right now. I think what's his name? Terrell Owens, one of the coach. There were some other assistants that played in the NFL. What you do is you get another NFL coach that maybe they may not be exactly like Prime, but what you do is you get somebody that can maintain that system where another 5-star recruiter says, you know what, a Prime not there, but I see where they're going. They got this celebrity, they got this coach coming in. He gonna keep the stadiums fat. He may not fill it up as much as Prime, but he's gonna see the stadiums coming in, income coming in, recruits coming in, money coming in. You asked me how they're going to do it.
Okay,
I'm telling you how they do it.
And I'll just tell you, how many ex-players right now are head coaches in HBCU?
That's my point. You said Prime coming in, what should he have done? How long should have stayed, right? It's not how long he should have stayed. It's you stay and then you find somebody to replace you. That's income. They're right there with you. You know how many people Prime knows? Listen, Prime knows a whole bunch of coaches.
And everybody can't. Everybody can't coach. Everybody can't coach. Look what happened. Look what happened to Ed Reed. Ed Reed didn't even get to 2 days.
But you know what? Guess what? Ed Reed didn't work out there. Ed Reed would have been great at Jackson State. You know
why? Would he have been? Because why?
We don't know that. But you know what? Watch this though. You know what Ed Reed
would he have not said the same things?
Watch this. He would have, if nothing else, he could have sustained the backlash and everything coming from Prime. He said, hey guys, Ed Reed is a great coach. He went for the Ravens. He's a Hall of Famer. Look, he Prime like me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go to Power 5 up here, y'all. I'm going to go to Colorado up here. I'm going to work with Ed down here at the HBCU. We're going to get the 5-star recruits coming here. They will come to Colorado and keep that pipeline going. That's my point.
How do you know that this new guy who was already on staff is not going to continue the culture there?
We don't know because we haven't had a season yet, so we don't know.
Haven't even had a season
Even if
yet.
he can win all the games. The problem is not winning at Jackson State. The problem is you're not maintaining a pipeline where 5-star recruits are going to say, you know what? If I have to go to Colorado, be with Prime, or I'll go to Jackson State, where they going to go?
Where they going to go? We are focused on.
Said, Jackson State is constantly getting recruits coming in, and they coming from Power 5.
Right. Watch this.
We're not talking about small Power 5. We're talking about big time Power 5.
Right. But again, it's sustainability with a pipeline. If you bring in a coach who's just up there, okay, just up there with Prime, I gave a good example. You talking about Reed, okay? Reed is a Hall of Famer. He played with Prime, right? You know what Reed would have did? He would have got Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis on a recruiting trade with him. Hey guys, guess what? I came from this school. I'm in Miami, but you here at Jackson State. Man, Prime left here. He at Power 5. Man, we got recruit system coming through here. Now you got 2-3 coming playing for Reed because guess what? He got other coaches coming in, maintaining that level. So he just left though.
So with that being said, how long do you expect for them to stay?
That's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know how long they're gonna stay because why they're gonna stay that long? They're gonna go to Prime.
So we didn't know how long Prime was gonna stay.
But it's not about Prime staying, how long he stayed. It's about who you got in the wings behind you. That's what the hookup's about. This
Once
is what
again,
it's about for black people.
Jay just said the guy that was coaching with him.
Who's the guy you're talking about? Okay, the guy's coming after him. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
But that's my point.
I didn't watch Jackson State either. I didn't watch them at all.
Exactly. You know why you watch Jackson State? Because of who?
Because it was on TV.
And who was the coach?
Just like I watched TV. Just like I watched on TV. Just like I watched Grambling.
How did it get?
Just like I watched Southern.
How did the stadiums get filled out?
Yeah,
stadiums out.
The school used.
The school did not do this. Who was the coach?
They didn't. The school did not. The school use Prime.
Yes, they did, and they should.
Okay,
because his name is Deion Sanders. Prime time.
Yeah, because you got a former basketball player that's a basketball coach right now at Jackson State. What's his name?
Prime time.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't know his name, and that's a further point to prove my point.
Mo Williams.
Mo Williams.
And Mo Williams came from Alabama State in Montgomery.
Here's my point. We talk
and why didn't Alabama they hire?
Listen, it ain't about. Here's the deal.
I'm asking Jay because Jay up there. I'm not trying.
I'm gonna give you the whole deal right is. At the end of the day, I, being a fan, don't even watch Jackson State like that. I love HBCUs. I don't watch a lot of it. When Prime came on, not only did he bring recruits, he brought good football.
So can I ask you
what? So if he left and said, you know what? I got to read over here.
But this is the new head coach, CheesTake.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He might be a great coach. But if you tell me TC Taylor gonna fill up the stadiums, I bet you he won't.
So let me ask you something, Chee. So now, because the foundation's kind of been laid, they still got a TV contract. They still got a contract with ESPN. You know that Prime got that, but they still got. So on Saturday morning, you gonna be watching them?
I'm not gonna watch them.
Why not?
Because Prime ain't there and Reed ain't there.
So you was there for Prime. You was there for Prime.
Exactly. I'm there for Prime, much like the whole stadium and the city of Jackson.
So you really not care? You don't care about the kids. You don't care about
the kids.
No, you don't care because you don't watch them.
Listen, who
you don't care because you're not watching.
That's society. That's how it works.
No, you're not supposed to be up. You're not supposed to be of this world, my brother. Just in it.
I'm in this world, and I know how this world works, and so do you,
Man,
and
look.
so do you. Both of y'all know how this works.
I
And
love
you
football.
have a name. I love football too, but name
So I'm
name
a
matters.
watch regardless.
Guess what? We have a whole lot of football teams. Do you know why these players get played? The NFL players get paid. The star players get played because people don't fill up stadiums because of just football. They want to see the star players play. They want to see the star coaches play.
So you gonna watch Colorado?
I will watch Colorado.
Why?
Prime coaching.
I thought you was mad at Prime.
I ain't mad at him. I'm good with Prime though. You know what? The Prime is a celebrity. He done brought the culture. See, he got Colorado. He riding horses.
So you speak. You speaking for all the people that's mad, but they're not really that mad. They gonna still watch him. They ain't that bad.
Let me ask you this.
We ain't mad at him like that.
What's up, Jay?
Let me ask you this. Are you going to the first game? It's in Fort Worth. They playing TCU.
Listen, I ain't finna go to the game. I'm finna watch it on TV because it's gonna be on CNN. It's going ESPN like everybody else.
It's only a 2.5 hour drive from Houston.
He riding horses and he driving trucks. He got all kind of stuff. That's what I'm here for, the football and the fame, like every other sports fan out here. I love that.
Keep talking, yeah. Why?
I would have watched
why do you keep talking about riding the horses, dog?
That's what he's doing in Colorado now. He playing football, coaching, and riding horses. I want all.
He gonna ride the horses because he ain't been good on that buffalo. He ain't stupid.
Ride the buffalo. Be next to the buffalo.
No, he ain't even good. He can't run no more, so he not fit to be by that buffalo. Listen, that buffalo book, he gonna get ran over.
Had Jackson State hired Reed, I would have been there. I'd be like, okay, we went from Prime to Reed, and then maybe what's my boy, the linebacker, Ray Lewis could be in there and stuff. The mix, okay. Let's see what the football team do.
So you gonna watch Tennessee State?
Again, all I'm saying is,
I'm asking
how you filter through.
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch Tennessee State?
Who at Tennessee State?
Eddie George.
Eddie George. That's right. I totally forgot. I watch it. Right. I would watch that because he was a great running back for the Titans. I'm watching him.
No, I don't.
No, he in Prime.
I don't believe you, sir.
You ain't gotta believe me. I'll watch Tennessee State. Yeah. Prime was.
You didn't know who the coach was.
Even know Eddie George.
He's been there for a couple years.
Now that you told me, guess what? I knew he was with one of them schools. All I know is now you told me.
He's been there for about 2 years, I believe.
Yeah, he been there.
If Tennessee State had played Jackson State and Prime versus Eddie, man, CNN would have to. We have so much ratings are crazy.
They did.
Yeah, they played each other when he was at Jackson.
Quit playing. T-Mac, Tyrone, man, I'm watching Tennessee State, bro. Y'all need tripping.
He tell the truth. You ain't gonna watch TSU.
I'm gonna watch a game. I ain't saying watch the whole season, but I mean, depending on when they playing, I watch a game. I mean,
man, look,
Eddie George in there. I'm watching Colorado. Listen,
I'm for anybody coming through. Anybody coming through, spending their time.
I'm with that. Look,
doing what they did. Fan. I'm like, honestly, the man did a lot of great things for not just that school, but for HBCUs. He did a lot. Now, the thing is, he couldn't stay there forever. I mean, that's just not in his mentality. But that's not him.
Nobody's saying that. I think what's getting confused is that people think that Prime. Everybody's saying he shouldn't have stayed there. He shouldn't have taken this opportunity. If you was in his shoes, you would take the opportunity. It was bigger. It was more. It could provide this. It could provide that. Nobody's knocking it. The problem that started was Prime came in, and what he said he was going to do, he started to do, right? Okay. But he didn't. But you have to maintain what you start or keep it to a certain level with that. It's like if you're working at a job, right? And I'm gonna say, okay, you know what? I'm about to leave this job, man. I really love this company. I really love my department, but I need to hire somebody else, right? If somebody, your boss asks you, man, you know somebody else that may want to work here? Can you recommend somebody? You know what you're gonna do? You ain't gonna just recommend anybody for that job. You know why? Because you want somebody that's gonna maintain that level because your name is at stake, right? So you want to bring somebody else in who you know can work that job. All I'm saying with Prime is if you're gonna leave and you know Bethel Cook, Reed didn't work out, bring Reed in. You know what I'm saying? Bring Reed in, keep that same level. Reed got an attitude about him too, a way about him. He would have kept that at that same level. That's all I'm saying.
Jay, right before we end this, man, because I know we're about to end.
Yeah, we about to wrap this up. We're gonna be here Thursday, though. We're gonna put a bunch of stuff, y'all.
Jay, I'm about to take this all the way back to what the first video that we was watching.
Oh man.
Prime is that goldfish.
Prime is not that goldfish, bro.
Prime is that goldfish.
Prime is not the goldfish, bro.
And the reason why I say Prime is that goldfish because Prime,
you know what?
Prime was trying to hold. See that fish?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Prime was trying to hold.
Your name is Fish. That's the problem.
Prime was trying to hold.
Fish.
Nah, Prime was trying to hold everybody else accountable.
Yeah,
they didn't do their jobs, bro. He put a spotlight on where's his money going. Right. Where's all this money going that's coming in here?
But
if we selling this amount of tickets, but we don't see this amount of people in the stands, where's that money?
They was selling out. What you mean?
And speaking of accountability, when he first got to Jackson, nobody warned him that he should have kept his stuff hid. Because I don't know if y'all remember this or not, he got robbed. And I think they had a game or they was on the practice field. I believe it was a game. And he got robbed multiple times. And I think they stole.
No, I'm 100% with you. We don't always treat our people right now. We need to do better as a culture. I agree with that.
But nobody warned him or nothing. And I'm saying,
I mean, nobody warned him. You know, if you're going to a spot, your spidey senses better be on.
Let me tell you something, man. Prime ain't been in the hood for a long time.
I was going to say, you're like, Prime has been in Hollywood. He ain't been in no hood.
But at the same time, what you saying about his name, he felt like, man, really? I'm coming out of here, man. Why would y'all do that to me?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
So that was a culture shock.
Man, it's a whole lot of celebrities.
That was another culture shock, man. Look, Prime ain't been in the hood since '89 when he got drafted.
And then he done got to Hollywood and forgot. And got.
He's still out there.
Got. That's what
he's still out there. He's still out there in Fort Worth area, but I mean,
he's doing his thing. But what y'all not finna do is make me feel, because I'm telling you why I'm sitting here and I'm gonna watch Prime. I don't know if I'm gonna watch Jackson State. I might catch a Tennessee State game. Depends.
What we're doing is we're trying to hold you accountable, bro.
Exactly. You're gonna hold me accountable.
Right now,
I'm gonna pass this along the right pipeline.
Nah, don't pass it along. Right now, I'm that goldfish. I'm sitting right there.
Okay, we about to get off this thing. Your last name is your name is Kingfish. So that's because your name Fish don't make you the goldfish, bro.
I'll be in the
you are not the fish in the situation.
Somebody please help me in the comments. Because I'm being attacked.
You are not the fish. You are not the goldfish in the analogy, Chris. You are not the goldfish. You are not. What you mean?
I need some water.
Like the fish, you need water now?
I need some water, man.
Yeah,
bro, you are not the fish, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up.
We're gonna wrap this up, y'all. We're gonna be back on Thursday. Stay tuned. But we're gonna get the ladies on. We're gonna do a part 2. So definitely share this stuff on Facebook.
Hey, y'all direct all your attention to Chee, because he said,
hey, I'm gonna bring it. You know, I'm gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it. We're gonna do what we do, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all on Thursday. Tune in, y'all. We're gonna have fun like we do. I'm gonna play some more video clips. We're gonna talk about it. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? CheesTake. Fish, subscribe to his stuff too. Jay, get the book. All right. And I'm trying to get Mika on here. My wife will be on here. But y'all don't want to miss part 2. We're gonna talk about men and women. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna say it like this. The men, a lot of times in society, you can prove if you want to. Men are better at certain things. I'm just gonna put it what it is.
I just told you not to do it. I told you not to.
In fact, the best cooks in the world are men. The best hairdressers in the world are men. They might be gay, but they men. I'm just telling you. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it on Thursday. Let me drop that bomb before we get out of here.
Raquel Fisher, I love you.
Baby, I love you. It is what it is.
I do not subscribe to the thinkers of CheesTake.com.
Listen, we going out here. We wilding out. So part 2 on Thursday, y'all. We're gonna talk about some stuff. So
Yeah,
the ladies
right,
will be on here.
Right, Mika.
I'll
That's
probably
all
get
right.
Mika and my wife will be on here. I'm gonna talk about family meeting tonight. Baby, look, don't hold me accountable for what I say on Thursday.
I'm gonna have to get my wife on this bad boy, man. I'm gonna just let her have
I'm gonna get Raquel come on. Yeah, let Raquel come on here. We're gonna have a good time, y'all. So
yeah, Miss Fish gonna be on here.
yeah, we're gonna do it, y'all. So Thursday, stay tuned, y'all. Man, we love y'all for all the support. Keep tuning in. And thank y'all for everything that y'all do for us, supporting us and everything, y'all. God bless y'all, everybody on here. We'll see y'all on Thursday. God bless y'all, man. We love y'all. We out of here.